EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And off we go from Denver. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right away, they'll change the look. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. In motion right, one of the tight ends. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Broncos at 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On play action, here's Nix. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Giant defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots. I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
19, Tiger, 19, take go.
They'll go play action with Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Nick Chubb, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. If you look at this Bronco defense, they were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, sack.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Trying to move the pocket there, out to the right on the bootleg, but nothing develops. And he's forced to just throw this one away.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read,
He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And now an audible here into something else. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw is Nix. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Giants are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
Let's go now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Let's go.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Gay knocks this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
A short throw to Ingram. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Here's Nix.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A.T. Perry, 39 yards. And the Broncos have regained the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Inside the 10.
And all the way home for the Broncos score. Evan Ingram, 70 yards. And the Broncos have retaken a third-quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've had to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Back to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And that is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
A short throw to Ingram. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Chubb going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. On the sneak, it's Nix.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll give it to Chubb.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Charles, still a 1-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner, and a lot of people look at them going for it on 4th down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them, got the ball right back for them. So nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
They'll go play action with Nix. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That is incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Second and 10. On play action, here's Nix. Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They go up the middle with Chubb.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. He finds Sutton crossing the formation, complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll run with Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Tag! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll try again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here comes 2nd down.
Let's go now.
He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
Here's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Gay's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. I mean, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Here's 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.